go.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to another. Oh shit, that's way too loud. 1 second. No. It's not something we can hear on our side. It's
Okay.
the.
Oh, for the recording.
Yeah, I was looking at the record.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy with Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod. Joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we are live on a Tuesday, ready to do some podcasting. Had a busy day yesterday, wasn't able to do the show. But
I said you had a busy day today.
I did have a busy day today.
Yes, so I was like, let's go ahead and get over it.
I'm booked and busy, everybody.
But everybody starts slowing down and crashing.
Yeah, that's true. I would have gone and taken a nap, and y'all wouldn't have seen me today. I was kind of thinking about it, but I haven't even had time to cook today.
Oh, you haven't?
No, but
Did you want me to cook?
These are household discussions we don't have to have on the podcast.
My bad.
But no, we just work stuff. Draped to Maniacs episode 3 dropped today. You may hear some voice work from me in it.
Yes, your voice. Shout out to your voice work. I had hit up Dexter and John, who we worked with for through Shadow Dog Productions, and I told them that I'm very grateful and thankful for going through that process, and it actually forces you to sharpen your skills. And voiceover work is a lot. It's more work than people think it is. And you already have you almost embrace the characters and things like that. And so it was really, really neat because I kind of heard it. Like I didn't hear everything, but I kind of heard the voice you did. And to hear them take it and actually, I don't know if it's reverb or what, but they did it to actually make it sound really, really old. I was like,
oh, you're talking about the episode 2 vaudeville. I'm saying I'm also in episode 3.
Yes, that was good too.
I'm moving on, Karen. Okay, when you're a star like me in the voice acting game, you don't really think about the last 2 jobs. You think about the last job and the next job.
Shit.
So
look, excuse me,
just saying,
timer.
You may hear a voice you recognize if you listen to these episodes. But no, I do. I told them the same thing. Like, shout out to Shadow Dog Productions because I really think the working doing all those plays for Dexter really helped me get my voice acting chops.
Right.
And then just I've always been a very imaginative, creative person, so a lot of time, people hear it when we do the show, and there's a article I'm reading, and it's like, oh, it's this type of person. I try to read it in that voice. Not always good, but I try to always at least make it funny, even if it's bad. But I definitely am enjoying doing that show, and I'm glad people are listening and tagging us on Twitter and all that stuff. But yeah, Drake the Maniacs episode 3, check it out.
It's been a lot of fun, and I've been listening every week, and I'm looking forward. This was the first one that was like a part 1, and so I cannot wait to hear the rest of it. Because it's like who's the first Black American?
Yeah.
So it's really fun, and the first dude was fucking hilarious. I was like, oh, so that's what happened, and it's actually really, really fun. So I know the best is yet to come. So if you're not listening, please do get on it. They are really fun. It's it's a fun ride because you have music background. People are talking. They're using modern language. It's actually really fun.
I actually got a email from somebody I work with. Now this episode is not out yet, and it's an episode that I wrote most of, and it won't be out for another few weeks. But I did some voice work for it, and it was very challenging because I wrote this character. And I wrote it, you'll know it when you hear it. I don't want to spoil it, but
don't spoil it.
I wrote it in the style of a rapper. And it's a rapper that I really can't imitate. But no one else could do the voice because I wrote raps and stuff. You got to know how it's going.
Yeah.
And so Karen went to sleep one night, and I came in here, and I just because I knew to do the voice. Well, not because I'm a night owl, but to do the voice, I need complete I don't even want anybody to hear me. doing the voice because I know it's bad, but also like it won't work unless I go 100% in.
Okay.
And just double down on just the silly ridiculousness of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And at least that's the way my brain works. I'm self-conscious like that. And so I did it and I sent it in, and and I actually sent it a couple of days late because I messed up the days or whatever. But it takes weeks to put these episodes out, so it wasn't like a huge deal. I was a couple of days late.
Right.
But I'll send it in, and then right before the show, no joke, I got an email from somebody that works with the company that sees this work before it's out.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, also, I just have to say that I listened to the episode so many times because that's just part of the job, because they're working behind the scenes, so they have to make sure all the stuff goes.
Mm-hmm.
And the Geraldo letter still cracks me up every single time. Now that's in, I think, this episode that y'all listen to today, if you listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha! Oh my God, it's so funny, and your delivery's so good. And I'm listening to it for the 56th time right now, and I'm laughing. Just thought I'd tell you, it never gets old. And I just said thank you because, that's the kind of work I want to do, and that's the kind of fun I want to have in the things that I do. I want life to be easier for the people around me that know me, the people I work with. I want them to be like, I think of a person that makes shit easier, not because we all know motherfuckers that make things harder, that think it's their job to challenge you or whatever it is. And so, you need those people. Not saying it's all bad, but my goal is to be easy to work with.
Don't just challenge.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what's going on over here.
Yay!
I baked bacon in the oven for the first time.
It was delicious, and those eggs this morning was outstanding.
Really? Thank you.
Yes, those eggs was really, really good. They wouldn't cook regularly. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, I used a little bit of butter instead of oil, and then I put the eggs in there. Like I broke it's probably like 5 or 6 eggs because I split between both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put paprika. I cut up some chives, some fresh chives.
That's what that was.
Put the chives in it. I took some, obviously, salt and pepper. And then we didn't have any like shredded cheese or anything. So I took some Swiss cheese slices that we got from the deli, and I like cut them up in the little pieces and put them in there.
You could have used the grater.
It was slices of cheese, so it just.
Oh, slices, not a block. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I see what you're saying.
And so I did that, and then I cooked them kind of on like below medium, like almost medium low, not all the way to medium low, but I started them below medium, and they were cooking very slow. Like it cooked probably like, because the bacon was baking for 20 minutes. So I was like, I ain't no need to rush these eggs, because then the eggs just gonna be cold as shit.
And you can tell it wasn't dry at all.
I cooked them slow, and I put a little bit of milk in them.
Okay.
And so I cooked them.
That's why I said these don't taste like regular ass eggs.
I cooked them slow, and then I just did I took like a spoon every once in a while and just kind of like stirred them just a little bit, like with a wooden spoon, in like a figure 8. And then once the bacon was done, I turned the heat up a little bit over medium, and I just made sure to constantly stir as they form together into the eggs. Now they did I like my eggs a little bit different in that sometimes what I'll do is actually let them sit in the pan for a long time without stirring them. And when they're like 70% done, that's when I first start stirring them. And then it's basically done. But I didn't do that this time.
Okay.
I just constantly stirred it on a very low temperature. And they turned out to be like a very soft. Yeah, they were very like soft kind of egg, not runny or anything though. They were done all the way through.
Soft,
but there was like a softness to them that I normally don't have.
Right, it was soft. It was soft and juicy. I don't know if that makes sense, but but it was soft. It was tender. They were done.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't like dry.
And they weren't running at all.
No, they weren't running at all. But
I liked them too.
They were really good. Because I
took a picture of them.
I was like, "Woo, this is good."
They're on my Instagram if y'all want to see them. Okay, along with the bacon. Okay,
that bacon was good too.
Baked bacon is good. Now people put me up on game. Some people was like, you can microwave bacon. I hear y'all, but I don't have kids, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the long time. to get it right.
You ain't trying to rush.
I get, if I had kids, I'd probably be trying to find I get why people use rice cookers, because you're busy and you got a bunch of shit to do. I don't like rice cookers. I'd rather make my rice by hand every time, because I think it tastes better than a rice cooker. But rice cooker is good if you need a baseline and you don't want to miss. You don't got time to be making rice twice. I don't blame you.
That's true.
And
we can't be here all day.
Microwave bacon feels a little like, I make Kool-Aid for my family, because I got too much shit going on. I gotta fucking make this bacon fast as possible. I need bacon in 4 minutes.
I've done bacon in the microwave years ago. I haven't done it.
Well,
recently.
there's new bacon technology. There's like a thing you put the bacon on.
Oh, okay.
And DJ trained rice cookers are probably better than humans, but I'm also better than humans. So you ain't had my rice, mind your business. But yeah, the bake, you can air fry it. Yeah, someone brought that up. I've air fried bacon before. I thought it was just all right. It's air fried bacon to me. First of all, it just feels like a waste of me using my air fryer. It's just like, really, I gotta it just feel like I gotta clean the air fryer after this and shit. At least the way I do it, not the way Karen does it. But I don't like to use the parchment.
Child, I'm gonna use that parchment paper. Ain't nobody got time to clean that thing every time you use it.
Right. So for me personally, Rod, that does most of the cooking here. I don't like air fried bacon, and then pan bacon is finicky as fuck. Like, I have a big cast iron skillet, and it's such a weird thing with bacon. It's like bacon is like raw forever in my cast iron, and then it's fucking burned. It's a like, you take your eye off that pan, man, you risking a lot. And a cast iron not like other pans. You just I'll move it off the eye of the stove and it'll figure it out.
That shit will continue to cook.
So yeah, for me, I have to so anyway, I can do it, but it takes too much attention. But then people say there's like apparatuses to microwave bacon. Now Tanya showed me one, but the thing was, you have to turn off the part of the microwave where it rotates.
I don't even know how to do that.
I don't even know how to do it either. And
I just know how to do the 50%.
And then you have to rotate it halfway through yourself.
Manually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't know about this microwave bacon. I think I'm out already. It's already to do. But baked bacon. Now the thing with the baked bacon that I found out today, you gotta buy like a little thing so you can like a thing to raise it off of the pan. I mean, off of the sheet.
Okay. So
that the drippings drip down into the sheet, into the baking like pan that you have it in.
Is it the ones with the riffle and like the
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Like a rack kind of that you put the bacon on, and that'll keep it from getting too soggy and too greasy and stuff.
And it flows on the sides.
Yeah. Like the way I did it today, I didn't have to worry about that because I used a flat baking sheet. But then when I took it out, I had to be real careful not to spill no bacon grease or nothing anywhere in the kitchen. So I was like, fuck, this isn't ideal. So
I see what you're saying. They also have like racks you probably like racks you can put it on. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyway, that was my day. And then I had meetings and I was on Keith and the Girl. Mm-hmm. Which the podcast should be out sometime tonight or tomorrow.
Should be.
But yeah, I don't know what the title of the episode is going to be, but check it out whenever you're hearing this. All right. I guess we can go ahead and get into the show. I guess. I did want to say we have a cross promotion going on. Best of the Left is a podcast unlike anything else out there because it's all about curation rather than creation. Jay Tomlinson has been producing the show since its inception and uses his years of experience to shape each episode in ways that dive deeper and bring out more details on topics than is usually possible from a single source. Basically, we've been on there before where like they took a clip from our show, and then they'll like put it in there, and then they'll bring like other shows that are progressive and take clips from there, put it in there, and you listen to that podcast, Best of the Left, and you basically here's some good takes from left people, and it's some diverse takes. They're not just all the same take. It's not all the same opinions. It's different shows, but if you want to get that diversity of opinion all in one place, you should go there. And like I said, well produced, excellently curated, good people.
It'll make you think, and they'll sometimes, like I listen, sometimes they'll talk about topics that I'm not gonna say was furthest from your mind, but you be like, oh yeah, that does make sense. Like the fact that they presented it to you make you consider it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I really love about that show.
So yeah, make sure y'all check that out. Best of the Left podcast. Get it wherever you get podcasts, and tell them we sent you.
Yes, please.
All right, now let's get into the regular show.
Oh shit, no beat. This sounds like something on Jet Ground Radio.
All right.
That made me want to play a video game.
I've been teasing this for a while and we haven't done it. But let's talk about these motherfuckers trying to steal the election.
Because they are.
I've been telling y'all I'm gonna do this show for a while. So we're gonna do as many as we can. There's way too many to do them all. But let's just fuck around and find out what's going on like they did. Let's go with the more recent ones. A judge has blasted the QAnon shaman for recanting his apology and refuses to toss out his plea agreement.
I don't blame him.
You know who the QAnon shaman is?
Yeah, ain't that dude with the horns?
The one with the horns.
Mm-hmm. Thought he was big and bad and got in jail talking about y'all don't do vegan no bitch because you voted against the humanity of the people in jail because you never thought you would be there.
Looked like he was doing Braveheart cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like at any rate, his name is Jacob Chansley. And he actually got convicted. He pled guilty. He apologized, and then the judge was still like, "You gonna get this time though."
Right? You was everywhere. You was the face.
Right. He pled guilty at a hearing in September of that year to one count of obstructing an official proceeding for attempting to stop Congress from certifying President Joe Biden's electoral victory over Donald Trump. As part of his plea agreement, prosecutors dropped 5 other charges against him. As during the sentencing, he was profusely apologetic. He said, "I broke the law, and if I believe in freedom, if I believe in law and order, if I believe in responsibility and accountability, then that means that I should do what Gandhi would do and take responsibility, even and especially when it incriminates me. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what men of honor do."
Because you thought they were going to be lenient. Then when they wasn't, you got mad. So that means you were never sincere. So get these years.
So he got 41 months as his sentence, which is far less than the 20-year maximum he could have gotten. And, it is believed by this judge who chastised him or whatever, said, if you hadn't have been so fucking apologetic, you wouldn't even have got that low sentence. Like, right. You crying was why we didn't give you a 20-year sentence.
Right. It'd have been much higher.
Well, he was released from prison in March of this year. And after his release, at first he expressed regret for his guilty plea and tried to get it reversed.
Reversed?
Mm-hmm. Right. Because that's just what you can do. Good to be white, you know. You know what they say.
With the right white man, we can do anything.
You better leave them alone. You fuck around and make Merrick gone no matter. But like, oh yeah, them other 5 charges, bring them bitches back up. You better go on and get out of here.
So yeah, he said, I like to have my charges reversed, and but I'm still very sorry, and I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry.
They said no, sir.
Meanwhile, Tucker Carlson aired security footage from the January 6th riot obtained by Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy that he falsely claimed demonstrated it was a peaceful protest, and over there they can make their own reality.
I agreed.
So One piece of footage obtained by Carlson is a 10-second clip that shows Chansley outside the Senate chamber. Chansley claimed the clip proved his innocence and that prosecutors withheld the video footage from him before he entered his plea agreement. Chansley's court filings asked the judge to invalidate his guilty plea. They're premised on the arguments that the Justice Department messed up by failing to hand over that 10-second video that him and his attorneys were ineffective because they failed to get their hands on the clip.
Don't give a fuck. 10 seconds ain't gonna make a motherfucking difference. Go to jail.
Yeah. The judge called those legal arguments devoid of common sense.
Right.
And that the video does not prove that he's innocent. But yeah, they're trying to fight these results. And I mean, who would think the people that denied the peaceful transfer of power and the legitimacy of the president would somehow not believe in the legitimacy of the penalties that they received. Another January 6th defendant unleashed a courtroom rant at sentencing hearing, attacking everything from groceries and gas prices to the prosecutors trying her case. Yes, I said her case.
Having a problem with everybody.
Hey, stop me if you heard this state before. Florida music instructor.
What?
Who used a flagpole to what was surprising, Karen? What was the what? That it was Florida?
A music instructor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Now that is surprising. Good point.
I didn't expect that.
A Florida music instructor who used a flagpole to attack a police officer during the January 6th riot was sentenced to 6 years in prison last week after foregoing her prepared remarks and unleashing the expletive filled
her prepared remarks. She was like, I'm not sorry about shit. And while I'm at it, the gas is too high, the groceries is too high, the rent is too high, my sentence too high.
I was just in there like, this nigga spitting.
Right?
Audrey Southard Rumsey, 54, was found guilty in January of 7 charges related to the insurrection, including 3 counts of assault of police officers, 3 counts of civil disorder, and 1 count of obstruction. Prosecutors say she was in the thick of the action, posting selfies from the Capitol, calling for a revolution on social media, and using a flagpole to threaten a Capitol police sergeant.
Child, you GPS and Instagram and Snapchat and everything. Go to jail.
Which caused him to fall and hit his head on the base of a marble statue. She also was caught on video yelling sexist and lewd threats towards Nancy Pelosi. Prosecutors said she riled up a mob of people outside the speaker's lobby. She had a day. And I know she took a nap when she got home.
All she got was 6 years. Maybe that's all they gave her.
Outside the speaker's lobby during the siege, while frightened lawmakers huddled inside, a charge that prompted U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta to tack on a rare terrorism enhancement to her system. But when she had her opportunity to speak and apologize and ask for leniency, she didn't. She delivered a 15-minute scathing diatribe that touched on everything from inflation to Antifa.
15 minutes? Yeah, you deserved all 6 of those years, dog.
Right. During the tirade, she called the prosecutors liars. Several times she spoke directly to the judge, insisting that her life was being taken from her simply because people have different politics than mine. Man, there's a lot of people with different politics than that judge and others. And they ain't go to jail because they ain't roll up on the Capitol.
They did not roll up on that Capitol.
I wanted to tell you exactly what you want to hear, but I won't, she said. I won't lie. There were vicious lies about me. She also listed off her own set of grievances, including her belief that they don't listen to us little people in the regular world, saying she was ashamed of the U.S. Her own defense attorney even approached the podium at one point to encourage her to end the rant. That's bad.
Why would you?
When your lawyer walk out the dugout like a manager looking at a pitcher that just is out of gas, and she waved off. She waved him off like, "Nah, I got this. I get 3 more outs." She concluded her speech, which also touched on rising gas and grocery prices, with "It's not fair."
I can see her lawyer just shaking their head, going, "You know what? I lost this fucking case. Like, I lost the fucking case."
They lost the case when she hired this guilty. She's guilty.
Oh yeah, they just taking their money because they gotta have defense.
Well, this is sentencing. So he already lost.
She's guilty. He was like, don't make it worse, basically.
Yeah. The only thing that can happen is you can beg for forgiveness and hope you get a judge that goes like, she was like, fuck that, burn everything. Also, I love that she's literally one of the economic anxiety Trumpers. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, what about grass? And the fucking eggs is $6.
Mm-hmm. I guess they do exist out there.
Right. So they urged the judge not to grant. Prosecutor said, don't be lenient then, fuck her. They called her a one-person wrecking crew. The judge sentenced her to
one-person wrecking crew.
The judge sentenced her to 72 months in prison, as well as 36 months of supervised release and $2,000 of restitution.
Damn.
So that's basically 7 years in prison.
And $2,000.
Right. Yeah. You going to jail now.
Yes, you are.
You going to jail now.
Mm-hmm. She said, fuck it, let the burn.
Prison, honey.
Yes, you are, honey. You're going to prison.
I realized the sound effect was going to be so loud, but yes.
That's hilarious.
Prison. Go. But even as she left the courthouse on Friday, she maintained her protestation. She telling a group of reporters that they are fucking liars. God, could you be more of a Trumper? The Trump is like the media.
People are brainwashed. Like, I don't care. It's a cult, and they are brainwashed.
They said,
you can't tell me anything different.
She told the media, "You're why we're in this mess, ma'am. You ran up on the Capitol and you IG lived it. You are why you're in this mess. Right. Fuck out of here. They didn't frame you. You Marion Barry, bitch, set me up. Get out of here. Who? I don't know who told y'all I was in the Capitol building on that day, but y'all the real problems. Like, ma'am, you told us.
You GPS pinged.
You told us. You was like, it's your girl. I'm in the Capitol building. I'm live right now. I'll kill you, Nancy Pelosi. Like, you deserve to go to jail.
Hashtag, I'm right here.
Right.
Hashtag White House.
Oh, my God.
Get out of here, ma'am.
Husband of Pink Beret ID'd and charged in January 6th Capitol riot. Now, what you're saying to yourself, because you're decent people and you probably don't follow this shit every day, who the fuck is Pink Beret?
Yes.
I knew it, Karen. I knew it. I anticipated your needs. That's what a host does.
Thank you.
Well, this woman right here on the left is Pink Beret, and the man whose face is circled is her husband. Now, you might be saying, what do you mean identified? Because Merrick Garland's still looking for these motherfuckers. Yes. We don't even have their names. They'd be like, Pink Beret husband. What's his name?
Somebody find him.
You
Somebody.
know? Like, we need
Get
to do
looking.
This. So yeah, a man identified as a husband of the viral Pink Beret protester at January 6th insurrection has been arrested and charged for participating in the Capitol riots, according to the records unsealed Friday and obtained by the Daily Beast. Get that ass. Every last one of them.
You have to make an example to show them you can't do this bullshit. You can't run up here just because you didn't like the results of the election.
Yep. And I just love that what was this shit in 21? It's 2.5 years. They're just like, no, still get them. Get the next one too.
Voting matters. Keep buying in office so you know what they can keep getting them.
Just a big ass spreadsheet, just marking off names. Just a big ass fucking like picture blown up of the fucking, and it's just X's over each face. Like, got him up, got 3 over here we need to get. Mm-hmm. But yeah, his name is Spencer Geller. An FBI criminal complaint identified Spencer Geller as the individual previously known as #CaliGreat. Geller was photographed carrying a large blue MAGA flag as he walked outside alongside Jennifer Vargas Geller, the Pink Beret rioter. In another video, he could be seen pushing bike racks onto a line of police officers around the time the Capitol was first breached.
They act like they weren't being filmed and shit, didn't film themselves.
Yeah, and also like you did this. You weren't peaceful protesters. And no amount of re-editing and Tucker Carlson is going to change what you motherfuckers did, because the courtroom ain't beholden to the rules of Fox News. They're like, well, here's video you hitting somebody. Okay. 10 seconds with Tucker Carlson don't matter to us. Unlike Vargas Geller.
And you know what Tucker Carlson didn't do? Take his ass up there. So guess what? He's not getting fucking arrested. But you went up there, did some shit, so you are.
Now they don't have any evidence that I guess the girlfriend
did anything.
was. Oh wait, I'm sorry. So I think they do have evidence the girlfriend went inside, but they don't have evidence that he went inside the Capitol grounds afterwards. Though he is seen at various other points within the restricted area of the U.S. Capitol. The complaint outlines how the tipster who turned Vargas Geller into the FBI also helped identify Geller. It's confusing because Vargas Geller is the wife. He's Geller.
Yeah, because that's the thing. People know these people. Mm-hmm. So somebody called in the tip and was like, "Hey, that's my cousin, my mom, or I seen them." Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they knew some
white
stuff.
People that's turning people in,
and they knew some stuff because they said, well, they used to be just friends in 2019, but since they done got married, so they was putting the police up on everything.
That was like, look, I got the black tea. This is what's been happening.
Look, he cheated on her one time, and she took him back. They're like, it's probably somebody's mama.
I mean, I got the English tea.
Geller faces offenses including obstruction of law enforcement during civil disorder, entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly conduct in the Capitol building, parading, demonstrating, or picketing in the Capitol building. So, yep. Woo! It's wild out here. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else is happening with this. Oh yeah, shit. Donald Trump faces a possible indictment in that Capitol attack thing. So he said that he got indicted. And I say, yes. Yes. Merrick, I knew Merrick was going to do it. Everybody kept denying it. And I know they wanted to do it faster, but that's why y'all motherfuckers can't be in charge. Because
y'all to fuck something up.
I's dotted, T's crossed. The only thing you can't do with this Trump shit is somehow fuck up the case and lose. You can't do that. Like, it has to be like however long it takes to make sure that you have as much evidence as possible to make his life a living hell. That's what I'm asking, because there's a distinct possibility that it might be impossible to lock up an ex-president in this country. Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't
try.
Well, one, you should try, and it shouldn't be because you were sloppy and it looked like a vendetta and it looked politically motivated. It needs to just be, this is what the law say, player. You can't do that shit.
Right.
We ain't trying to get you. You got yourself. Well, you fucked around and found out. And I love that shit. So I knew this would happen. Many people thought that somehow Merrick Garland was going to pull a Robert Mueller, and I see no evidence why they believe that other than just paranoia.
And like I said before, and I will say this again, Mueller did the shit that the public wants him to do. Mueller told everybody what he was doing. He was giving names, and he didn't do shit. And Merrick Garland was like, I'm not telling y'all shit. I got shit to do. I am working. Work. That's what I want you to do. Do your motherfucking job. I will come out when it's time to press charges or verdict. Other than that, you don't hear from me. That's what the fuck I want. I don't know what you're doing day to day, every day. Don't give a fuck. I want goddamn results. And I think and I understand people are impatient, but I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They want to see the process. I don't give a fuck about the process. Can you convict or can you not do your job?
It's also why I don't believe those folks, because what they're saying is like, well, if he did these press conferences and he did this media availability and he explained everything to us, we would just calm down. We'd let it go. And here's why I don't believe you. Now, I don't think these people think they're lying, but it's their own psychology, right? It's their own anxiety that is making them liars. Because he's done interviews, he's done press availability, he's gone on 60 Minutes, he's told you exactly what he was planning to do, what he was going to do, and yet you still can't let it go. And it's because you, much like me, want to see Trump put in jail, put on trial for sure.
I get it.
And because of that, your paranoia won't let you sit back and be like, okay, the steps are being taken. No, I need to know every day. What's the update on the steps? Keep in mind, it will make the case weaker. It makes it easier for Trump's defense attorneys. It definitely makes it easier to convince judges and juries of, well, clearly this is politically motivated. This motherfucker's been on TV cutting wrestling promos based on arresting me the whole time. You know, appointing Jack Smith, who people try to somehow give credit, but not Merrick Garland, which is the funniest.
No sense, because he's the one that appointed him. and everything that he's worked off of being based off of the work that he did.
The funniest mental gymnastics happening right now is somehow you love Jack Smith, but Merrick Garland ain't shit.
Right.
And a lot of this is like those Twitter intellectual niggas that don't be right about shit, pessimistic about everything. And so they can't move off of, I said Merrick Garland ain't gonna do shit. So now they got to figure out a way that him indicting Trump, something that's never fucking happened before in American history, somehow that ain't shit. And somehow he don't get the credit. You know, appointing Jack Smith, no credit for that. Jack Smith, all the credit for the way he's been handling things. It's patently ridiculous at this point.
Yes.
And I wanted to save time to read these kind of articles on the show because people need to be reminded it ain't just Trump. He like Trump is the easy one. But I love that he's getting pink hat guy or whatever fuck guy with the pink beret. Get his ass too. You know, these motherfuckers trying to take the goddamn country.
Yes, they are.
And I feel like Merrick Garland the only one to take it seriously. Like it's not just a talking point. He's not trying to get reelected. It's him being like, no, I have a job to do.
I have a job.
And I'm gonna lock these white supremacists the fuck up, dog. And you bored? You over it because it's been 2 years? I'm not over it. We still discovering new niggas every day, and we coming to get them.
Yeah, and also it's one of those things where I don't know if this is his perspective, Mayor Garland, but this is the way I feel. You know what? When y'all didn't allow him to be on the Supreme Court, that nigga shook his head like Cam Newton and was like, okay, So now, okay, he's not a Supreme Court judge, but he could actually do more damage with what he's doing right now.
Yeah. And I don't even know if he's vindictive. I've heard interviews from him before he was elected attorney general. Appointed attorney general. He really don't like white supremacists, period. Like that was his work before any of this shit. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why I thought it was short-sighted when people shat on this and say, well, they should have went with the dude from Alabama. I trust Merrick Garland. I trust Joe Biden to do the right thing. And they've done nothing but prove that they aren't relenting on this. And Joe Biden is even smarter because he's not on TV every day talking about we're going to get Trump. Thank God. Don't fuck it up. Just don't fuck it up. Make it seem as impartial as you can and make it seem like it's just the evidence and then lock his ass the fuck up. In a famous Capitol riot photo, a North Carolina man stood face to face with a cop. Now he's standing face to face with jail.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you love to see it. Now I don't even know this is a famous photo, but you know, this dude does look like he's from like somewhere in North Carolina.
I can't even imagine the photos they have up on boards that are like blown up extra big, and they literally are going around. I think they're going around Xing out faces.
That's what I said 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. All right, Karen just taking my material and doing it again for y'all.
I am, because you know what?
You know, I get this is the writer strike about, Karen. I get paid for these.
Joke stealing. And I bet you there's probably that green Sharpie around his head. It was like, just take it off the wall.
He has a YouTube channel called The American Patriot.
Oh, you should have known you was gonna get caught dead.
Oh, it's you? It includes a video of him performing composer George Frederick Handel's work, Why Do the Nations So Furiously Rage? On January 6th, of course, he took the show on the road. Photos and video from the deadly Capitol riot placed the 43-year-old Asheville man and classically trained vocalist at the epicenter of the violence. It's so ironic that, like,
he probably got that shit on his YouTube channel.
It's so ironic that the people that are against, they always bring up looters and rioters as reasons to shoot people and the government should crack down. Mm-hmm. They never bring up January 6th though. Not that group of people. They never try that in a small town. They never say that shit.
No, they don't.
It's always like try caring about black people getting killed by the cops in the small town. It's never try running up on the Capitol. But yeah, he also appears in one of the most iconic photos of the chaotic day, standing virtually face to face with Michael Fanone, moments before the Washington D.C. police officer is dragged away by the mob. On Monday, he became at least the 30th North Carolinian federally charged in connection with the attack. He stands.
They got 30 of them niggas. Woo! North Carolina rolled deep going up there, didn't they?
They must have took the mega bus.
They took the bus. Yes, they did.
He stands accused of the felony offense of obstruction of the law enforcement during a civil disorder and 3 related misdemeanors. His case will be prosecuted in Washington. This is 2.5 years after the riot, and they're still arresting motherfuckers.
Get him.
He's the 5th.
I bet you people scared going. I hope I was blurred out. Was my hood up right?
He's right. He's the 2nd NC resident to be charged this month and the 5th this year. And that's just one state.
Right, that's one state.
We
6 hours away.
Georgia Supreme Court dismisses Trump's bid to shut down the Fulton County probe. Full steam ahead. Let's keep going. I love it. New York on his ass, Georgia on his ass, feds on his ass. We're gonna take that shit to trial. So yeah, I'm glad they didn't shut that down. It's wild thinking this motherfucker's gonna be running for president and able to be like, I need the votes in Georgia, and be like, yeah, so bad you tried to steal them. Remember that? And it's like, well, I'm still on trial for that. In an audio recording, Trump is heard discussing classified document that he says he held on to. So for all the people that he didn't know, the plausible deniability angle.
That shit was packed in that little ass bathroom like toilet tissue rollers. What is we talking about?
And this is the thing that he always does is, one, he has underlings who typically are there to protect him. Their loyalty to him is so bad they'll go, I'll go to jail for this man. But in this case, the fact that we even had that recording means his people is snitching, right? Because
somebody don't want no jail time.
Merrick Garland didn't set up a wire, so somebody brought that to him. Okay, that's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, he knows. Now I know what you're saying, Rod. We've been known he knows. I know we do. Everybody listening to the sound of my voice. We know, but to prove it in a court of law and mostly to prove it to what we call unobjective white people, you got to like legally show he knew. Like you can't be like even that's why they're going for this and not just January 6th. It's going to be actually very fucking difficult to probably prosecute him and find him guilty of insurrection because he and the people around him were very careful in their words and actions on that day, so that you can be like, oh, I didn't know what was happening. I mean, I said I would go up there with you. I didn't say we were gonna hurt anybody. So he's gonna probably make that a very difficult thing. But we know he had them classified documents, and we know it's illegal. And he played right into the hands of the fucking feds when he was like, I ain't got to give y'all back shit.
Yep. Both them tooth and nail on that. They was like, can we please have our shit back? I ain't got it. Can we please have our shit back? It was like a huge ass back and forth.
So having a recording of him actually saying in just plain words, yeah, I know these documents is classified and I ain't supposed to have them, is fucking huge. That's an open and shut case. Which is, I knew when Garland brought the case, I was like, he got him. Because I just don't think Garland would have brought a case that was like a weak case. Maybe. Nope. And I think that's why he went for the classified documents thing and not just, like people wanted him to do it, just go straight for the insurrection and, hey, if we miss, we miss. It's like, no, they tried to impeach and could not impeach him when he was doing that election denial shit. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't easy as y'all think. January 6th rioter who electroshocked Michael Fanone shouts, Trump won after he was sentenced to 12.5 years. Woo! 12.5 years?
He got more. Keep his ass in jail because he come back out here. This gonna be a horror movie nightmare for his ass. He don't want to come back around here playing with me.
He got more than the rent lady that waved the judge off.
Right.
I mean, waved the lawyer off.
You're going to jail.
Oh, I love these sentences.
Ooh, you electrocuting people. Yeah, dog. You got to go to jail. You can't be out here shocking people.
This is the other part that I said earlier. And listen to me now, believe me later on. But I said this shit like this must have been like right in the wake of the aftermath of all this shit. But I remember saying they gonna get the small fries first.
Mm-hmm.
But as this shit gets worse, the longer it goes on, you're gonna start seeing people get some big time because it's gonna be people just turning on each other and being, I'm not a Proud Boy no more. He did it. It's gonna be that kind of shit. And everybody that flips and pleads, they'll get lighter sentences, but it's gonna be some holdout motherfuckers. It's gonna be some people that did some egregious shit. And they gonna start getting prosecuted and they gonna get them long joints, okay? So
it's more than a few months.
Right. I told you.
I've been right about all of it. We've been right about all of it. Oh, yes. Yes.
12 and a half years by. And they're such a cult. He got 12 and a half years and said Trump won.
Oh, yeah. Go to jail.
His name is Daniel DJ, get this, Karen, Rodriguez. Right. What are you even doing over there? One of these things is doing its own thing. One of these things is not the same.
Do you know what the people you and Marjorie call you and your people? What is happening here?
Fam, thought you was different. And I guess...
Oh, child.
I know he brown because he got the most time. He was like, oh, it is true what the Negroes say.
You was not special.
Black Lives Matter had a point. Maybe we should abolish prison. Oh, too late.
Rodriguez, what is wrong with you?
12 and a half years and you still saying Trump won. Built different.
Mm-hmm. Trump wouldn't pour water on you if you was on fire. What are you talking about?
Right. A 35-year-old man from North Carolina was arrested Friday after a video showing him pushing with great effort against police during the violence at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th circulated. Brevard resident Alan Michael St. Ong faces a felony charge of civil disorder and misdemeanor counts of entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, and impeding passage through the Capitol grounds or buildings, according to the criminal complaint filed in the District of Columbia.
That's another Ong. What is you doing there?
ONGE. I don't know what race that is.
Okay.
So I don't know. But yeah, he made his initial court appearance in Friday in the Charlotte-based Western District of North Carolina. He did not return phone calls from the Charlotte Observer.
Don't say.
Yep. So they still coming.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's Burgers star Jay Johnston is charged by DOJ for storming the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
I think that nigga lost his job.
Yep. I think he was Jimmy Pesto.
Yes, he was. I don't know. I don't even know if Jimmy came back. They was like, Jimmy ain't got no daddy.
They'll figure it out. They'll
like
get
Jimmy
him.
and the mom got divorced. The mom get a better role.
They'll get a replacement. Somebody else can do the voice.
They can.
Okay. We won't miss you.
Mm-mm.
You won't be around next year. But yeah, that's wild. He's ran up on the Capitol, man. Like, you don't know you got something to lose. You're an actor. Right. Like this, like, and you know what I always think when they like, oh, so-and-so ran up on the Capitol. He ran up on the Capitol because he thought they would be successful.
Agreed.
Them people thought they was going to get to them Congress people and stop that election. They was going to hurt some people.
It'd have been, if they could have got their hands on somebody, we'd have watched somebody die live on television.
We're lucky they just were mostly inept.
Yes.
And that the main thing that seemed to keep the shit alive was the fact that they were like, we don't want to beat these white people on national TV the way we would if they was black.
That have mauled us down.
That what are they? That plot armor. White people have the natural plot armor in America, so they was like, the plot armor will protect me until that one girl got shot, and they was like, oops. Apparently, there's different rules up in here.
Yeah, I put it like this. Apparently, we hit the people that was like, "Hey, bitch, I got a suit on. I am not the regular officer. My job is to protect everybody in this motherfucking room. Told you once, told you twice. Boom. All right. Because you know what happened after that? Everybody was like, oh, she got shot. Yes, they told her to not do that bullshit. She got a bullet.
They shooting. Made you look.
Mm-hmm.
Trump or war, North Carolina man who pledged to kick ass inside the Capitol is sentenced to 7 months.
They getting them folks down here in North Kakalaka.
Yep. The man's name is Johnny Harris of Shelby. He's the 11th North Carolinian sentenced to prison for crimes committed during the riot. He pleaded guilty in February to misdemeanor charge of disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building. Many defendants charged with similar crimes tied to the January 6th have spent little time in confinement or none at all. I guess he thought he was got what they gave up. I don't know. Other people had gotten 9 to 90 days. But as I said, it's going to escalate the further they go. Mm-hmm. So he was the first one today was like, not 90 days, 7 months.
And I bet you the longer it take them to identify you, the more the sentences it's going to be too.
Right.
I was like, look, we spent too much time. Add a few extra months.
It's like, listen, you can whoop yourself or you can come on, we letting you pick your own switch. Man, that's basically how they treating these motherfuckers. Like, you pick your own switch or we can pick it. Which one you want to do?
Which one?
So yeah, that's the election news. Let's move into some other news. A judge was caught scrolling through Facebook and looking at GIFs, whichever you pronounce it, while she was overseeing her first trial involving a man accused of beating a 2-year-old to death. Not scrolling through TikTok.
How they found out it started playing out loud?
There's a camera in the courtroom and you can see from over her shoulder.
What? And you know this?
Yeah. Well, she just thought, I know, listen, it's kind of getting repetitive. I already know he beat the kid. So, do I need to see the full forensic breakdown? Let me just check Twitter real quick. So that's the picture from security camera. And it shows her looking at the cell phone during the murder trial. Yeah, he killed him. Hold on a second. Elon changed it to X.
She looking, oh no.
Right.
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me turn this off.
I mean, listen, anything that goes on for 7 days, I'm going to look at my phone once. I feel bad for the judge. I can't even look at my phone. People look at their phone while they doing all kinds of shit. Okay? But Uber drivers be on their phone.
They're not doing the trial, though.
I'm just saying, I feel bad.
It's not, most of these are not life and death situations where people are grabbing their phones.
Judge Tracy Soderstrom, a new state judge elected in November, oversaw a brutal murder trial that began last month. The case involved 32-year-old Christian Tyler Martzau, who was accused of beating his then girlfriend's 2-year-old son, Braxton Danker, to death. According to the local paper, this was her first case. She began the trial by instructing the jury members to turn off all electronic devices.
Right. So how you gonna tell them to turn off theirs, but you're still running?
Well, I don't need to concentrate. Y'all do. Y'all the jury. She said, I was gonna ask y'all afterwards. What happened? Sum it up for me in 2 minutes or less. What happened today in the courtroom? But she said, look, y'all need to concentrate on the evidence without no interruptions. Tweet. Hold on a second. Let me see my phone. That's funny. Anyway, y'all need to concentrate. Footage from the ceiling security camera pointed above the judge's bench showed her repeatedly checking her device.
Maybe once or twice. They were like, no, you was like, I'm gonna spend some time. So it's probably minutes she was on that phone. It's like, you can't do that.
She used her phone throughout jury selection, opening statements, and witness testimony.
Oh, so was you even paying attention?
Marvel Snap is an addictive game, and I don't blame her. What level are you, sis? Did you make it to 100?
I wouldn't want you over my case not paying attention.
I'm just picturing her. So I'm just This is only gonna be funny to like 5 people, but I just picture like something happening where the prosecutor's like, and that's where you were supposed to be on that night, but I have a receipt that says you are actually over here. And then they just hear, oh snap. And they're like, what the fuck?
And that big ass whoosh, whoosh.
Double snap.
Not double.
I am Iron Man. Like, what the fuck is happening over
right? What is you doing?
Wind aid. She playing Marvel Snap. Got him. But yeah, footage from a ceiling security camera. At one point, she checked her cell phone during tearful testimony from the victim's mother. What?
Yeah, I'm paying no attention.
and then he, oh snap.
Oh.
And I walked in and the blood was everywhere. And I didn't know what to do. Got him. I am Groot. Well, Your Honor, is everything okay?
What is happening over there on the phone?
Everything's not okay. Okay, this motherfucker got Professor X, and I don't even know how I'm gonna get my Doom bot over there.
She playing somebody in the courtroom.
This motherfucker got Wong and Gambit. Come on, man.
Somebody jump up because they beat the judge.
Right. She held her cell phone in her lap sometimes and set it down the drawer of the desk, which can be seen in the security footage throughout the trial. Man, the district
Did you just see that in your office?
Apparently not, Karen. Okay, maybe she's waiting on some important text. District attorney, she was in the group chat with the other judges. Girl, this nigga gonna lose this case. I'm tell you right now. Tell you right now, motherfucker. This is he doing some prosecuting today. I'm in here with Anthony Melvin. He put that Q in prosecute. You think I should holler at him? Hold on. Here he come. Oh yeah, it's very sad. Objection sustained. Oh no, it wasn't no objection. I'm sorry. Recess. What y'all want to do? I'm sorry, I was on my phone real quick. Catch me up. What was happening?
Oh no.
Habeas corpus. Is that a thing? No.
Mm-mm.
But yeah. So everyone's judging her. So how do you like it? Now it's happening to you, Judge.
Right.
Oh man. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often.
You know what? I am too, because
everyone's always on their phone. I'm surprised lawyers aren't on their phone, like giving closing statements and shit. And I say if the glove don't fit, hold on one second. Bing. Oh Lord, Issa Rae done took a damn Instagram bathing suit spread. Oh my goodness. What was I saying? The glove don't fit something, right? He did it anyway. I don't know why I'm bullshit. Let me follow her back.
I'm just taking his money.
Let me DM this chick real quick. He did it. So this shouldn't take long. How long y'all gonna be deliberating? I got some more people to text. Yeah. Missing Alabama woman Carly Russell admits the kidnapping story was a hoax. Yeah.
Yeah, all that came out.
Yeah, her lawyer came out and officially said it was a hoax. And her boyfriend dropped a statement on Instagram.
Meanwhile, on Instagram.
And I know he gotta feel like a special kind of fool, but he just did the right thing. Like it sucks.
Her. Yeah, family. Yeah,
it really just fucking sucks.
I don't blame the family because you want to support your loved ones.
What's really sad is that he said that shit because it seemed anyway, because who knows, but he said it seemed because he believed her.
Right.
And then
so you talking to a biased person.
Of course, right. But then when this shit comes out like she was lying, people was like, what was he doing to her to make her need to lie like that? And it's like, damn, can't do nothing right.
Yeah, shit like that is a lose-lose situation. They just want to blame somebody.
Yeah. Like, it's just wild. I saw somebody today that said, well, now I finally believe she was lying. I was like, nigga, you waited for her lawyer to say something before you was gonna admit this woman was lying. What more did you need to see? And if you feel this way, you better be like this with everybody. Everybody better get the benefit of that in your life.
Right.
You better never be like, I think something bad. You did something bad. I think you lying. How? You ain't think she was lying. She had to tell you. But yeah, he took the Instagram and wrote like this all words, black and white post. So you know it's sad.
Oh no. Like the Instagram models be doing.
Carly's actions created hurt, confusion, and dishonesty. I was made aware of that false narrative after coming to the defense of my ex, Carly Russell. Oh, he threw that X in there. Myself and my family's nature was to react in love and genuine concern. We're disgusted for the outcome of this entire situation. I strongly feel exactly like you all, blindsided with Carly's actions. This is still an ongoing investigation, but with all the recent information and her confession, now we gain closure with this situation. Thank you to all of my family and friends and the nation for support through this. I want to also send my prayers and thanks to Miss Angela Haley Harris, her team, and all of the volunteers. Yeah, and that was real sad because Angela Haley Harris, one of the reasons she's the person that helps people with missing people is because I believe her own daughter was taken. And I can't imagine.
Really taken, like nothing fake about it. Right?
I can't even imagine working on something like this and somebody was just making it up. Like, on the one hand, like, yes, it's better than if it was real and something happened to him. But on the other hand, it's like, man, oh my God, I can't even imagine. I guess it's just sad, but I mean, I would get it if she was very mad about this too.
I would too. Wasted her time and resources.
Yeah. Oh man. Thank you again for your unwavering support. The severity in this matter has not been overlooked, and I deeply respect the genuine support shared during this situation. Please continue to keep us in your prayers. With love, Tomar. So
okay, there's nothing wrong with that statement. It's really understandable. And to an extent, I understand why people felt the way they did, because Black women, Black and brown children go missing at a higher clip than any other group of people. The reports is low. We're not on the front page. It's hard to get people to take us seriously on reporting our children missing. You know, it's hard to get the resources. A lot of times we don't have the money to do all the rewards and all that stuff like other people do to kind of help push the case and still, you know, even to today, guess what you still hear about John Benet Ramsey? I will never forget that child's name because that child's name has been everywhere for fucking decades. And so it's one of those things where I understand people just going, okay, somebody's missing, let's go find them. I'm glad that she was found. I just hate that she was lying.
Right. Because
there's so many people that are truly missing and their family members truly want to find them, and it's not made up and it's not a hoax.
Yeah, it's Natalie Holloway. It's all those names that we remember forever, and now we're gonna remember her name probably for a long time, but as a joke. But no, I don't think about like how it affects the next Black person and they're not gonna look for a Black woman next time. It's like, well, these motherfuckers wasn't looking before. Anyone that isn't gonna look because this woman was lying wasn't gonna look. It just is what it is.
Agreed.
Is it embarrassing and on an anecdotal level and sad and all that? I think it's just sad for me. I just think of it.
It's more the whole situation is sad.
You know, and I know it's probably some weird chivalrous patriarchal feelings that make me feel that way, because if it was somebody else, I probably would be easier to just mock them. But you know, it's like how people can watch like videos of Black women like fighting and shit and be like, look at this, it's ha ha ha, and I'm like, to me those videos aren't entertaining. So This is just one of those things where I think it's a pure, like, I can find the dark humor, I can find the things, and maybe because I didn't get involved early trying to like fight everybody about it, I don't feel like I need to save face or like pick on her the way everybody else is. It's just kind of like, it's sad.
Yeah, and I really didn't say a lot online because, like I said, until you told me, I really didn't know. Not trying funny, it was a thing.
Yeah, because I mean, I laugh at fucked up stuff all the time. It's
Same.
Just, this was one of those times I was like, fuck, man, that's just sad for everybody involved, you know? But if this had been some missing white woman, I would have laughed. Probably to myself, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about this the other day. We've done a lot of, there's been a lot of fake white women kidnappings. And I was like, man, it's interesting. I think we really don't cover those that often on the show. I was listening to that Behind the Bastards, and it was about that kind of phenomenon. I was like, why have I never heard of these people? I was like, oh, so I just never really cared. Like, we might cover them in fucking with black people or something if they do something racist. But anyway, Sexy Red, you know who that is?
A rapper?
She's a rapper. You know the song Pound Town? My booty hole brown.
Oh, that. Yes, I do. You know you have to remind me. Yes.
I know. Well, it's funny. We was at the gas station yesterday.
Yes.
I was getting some gas, and somebody had just parked in Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, opened up the back door to their SUV, and they was turning. They had Pound Town cranking.
I was listening going, I know this song. I was like, oh, so they really gonna play it loud so all the 12 pumps can hear it.
It felt like a prank show. Like they had a camera on me, and they were anticipating me having like a what the fuck reaction.
And they were so serious too.
Yeah, but they messed up because they didn't get no action off of me because I was like, yeah, I don't mind that song.
Shout out to you.
But Sexy Red has responded to her critics accusing her of emasculating black men during her Rolling Loud performance. On Saturday, conservative political strategist Joey Manarino, who I've never heard of, took to Twitter to criticize the performance of the up-and-coming rap star at the festival. First of all, Joey Manarino, let me tell you what I do know about him.
What you know, because
I've never heard of him until the second. First thing I know about him, he had a blue check on Twitter. So he's an asshole. He pays Elon Musk because he's desiring to go viral. So that should tell you everything you need to know about his content. But Sexy Red of Pound Town is accused of emasculating now keep in mind, Joey Manarino's white. Okay. So like his he don't care about emasculating black men, and you fucking know it. Like not these conservatives. But here's the video. Is it showing it? I think. Okay. Here's the video of her coming out. She's got two men on leashes, wearing masks, like on some BDSM shit, crawling on the ground on all fours.
Yeah, this between her and Snoop Dogg.
Yes, exactly, Karen.
I don't see the difference. Would you complain about Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
He got whole ass covers, whole ass videos. What are we talking about here?
He literally actually showed up to a red carpet with black women on leash.
Yes, he did.
He literally did that. So it's interesting because like most of this backlash that some men are having to the women rap movement,
it's just women having freedom and autonomy over their bodies to just do what they want to do, and you're not attached to a dick.
The part of it that's about like virtue and these women is hoes and sluts now because da-da-da. Here's the thing, and I find it interesting. Hip hop is 50 years old. I'd say, and I'm probably being generous, the last 30 years of that, because I don't think it started this way, but definitely within the last 30 years of that, it's been men calling women bitches and hoes the whole time, right? Not every man, not all songs, right, but enough, and they cool with the ones who don't.
Right.
We don't kick them out. We don't say they not me and they boys. No, it's your faves. And I'm not even like trying to make this into like and
my faves.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm not even trying to make it into a men, you did this. I'm saying women like that shit too. You walk into I don't give a fuck how righteous and pure everybody try to act. You walk into a lot of spots and say, when I fucked you last night, baby. Many people of every gender, sexuality, whatever, they gonna know them words if they have a certain age. And all I'm saying is, when that shit was happening, C. Dolores Tucker was like, and we was like, shut the fuck up, bitch, we partying.
Yep.
And we moved on. Calvin Butts, just sit your ass on your butts. We are having a good time.
Didn't nobody want to hear that bullshit.
We didn't want to hear it. We're getting older now, so we're trying to do this like, I was always, isn't it enough of that because you got a daughter now?
Right.
So now you're thinking different. Snoop Dogg's thinking different. But these women are young.
Right, they're in their 20s.
They're rebellious.
And they partying.
They doing anything. Now, we find it acceptable when it's these rappers talking about like rapping and killing each other and actually going to do it. We don't kick them out of the game. We don't try to shame them and shit. We let them come around. We think they need guidance and love and leadership, if anything. We like, maybe they'll grow out of it. But some reason it's supposed to be a death knell for these women. And the emasculation thing is a red flag for me. It's like the freedom of speech argument. As soon as I hear emasculation, I'm like, I already know what's coming next is some bullshit that I probably don't even believe in. So yeah, they were emasculated. Okay, well then I guess the women have another 29 years and six months to catch up, and then we'll call it even. You know, before we can start getting outraged and acting like we're not outraged flopping with that bullshit.
Like you can't call yourself a bitch or a hoe. You can't talk about your pussy and your sexuality.
Right.
How dare you? I'm the only one that's supposed to talk about it and objectify you. How dare you objectify yourself without me?
Right.
Basically, that's what you're saying.
So, yeah, I just thought that was ridiculous. Los Gatos Thai food too spicy. Lawsuit claims Dragon Balls cause chemical burns. A spicy appetizer called Dragon Balls at Coup de Thai, a Thai restaurant in Los Gatos, is currently at the center of a lawsuit filed by a woman named Harjasleen Walia, who claims that the dish caused severe chemical burns to her vocal cords, esophagus, and right nostril. How hot was this shit?
Right? You know, some places have warnings, but they tell you, hey, dog, this is too hot.
Yeah. In her lawsuit, she states she experienced permanent injuries and will forever be damaged. She's suing the restaurant and its owner, the chef who cooked the dish, the waitress who took her order. Damn. What? How the waitress get in it? You didn't tell me it was going to burn my fucking face off.
Other people have ordered this meal too, right? I'm assuming that this particular person ain't the only one that ordered the meal.
She says she is suing anyone who in any way influenced, designed, prepared, or participated in creating the Dragon Ball dish.
If you don't get out of here with that bullshit.
She putting the system on trial. She said, I want the motherfucker that planted the peppers.
That's not funny. I think it's ridiculous, but I can see you doing the owner. What the fuck I got to do with it? I didn't know you was gonna be fucking table 22 that day. Get out of here, ma'am.
I want the delivery truck driver who drove the food.
I'm putting DoorDash on trial. I'm putting you all on trial.
The dude, I'm suing
the car.
I want the manager at the factory who had the workers on shift the day them peppers was grinded up. I'm taking down Mrs. Dash, DoorDash, Stacy Dash. I'm taking all the Dash, Dame Dash. On the menu, Dragon Ball's appetizer is described as spicy chicken balls with mint, shallot, green, onion, cilantro, kaffir, lime leaf, and chili, priced at $11. It was advertised as spicy. She requested less spice as she doesn't tolerate spicy foods.
Why the fuck did you order it then?
I'm already off her side.
Why did you order it?
I was holding out.
Child, you better get salt and pepper to taste and get the fuck out of my face.
I was holding out like it was a black woman missing. I was going to have her back. But she lost me when she said she saw it was spicy and was like, can I get some less spice? Nigga, stay away from the spice. You don't tolerate spicy foods well. Stop playing in our face. This is like me being like, I'm suing the Cheesecake Factory. I'm lactose intolerant. I had a whole cheesecake. I've been on the bathroom all night. It's like, what? But you knew you were lactose intolerant. I said, can you take a little lactose out? Okay. I said, give me half a slice. Like, what? No, you don't get cheesecake. It's cheese in the cake. Well, I'm just suing everybody. I'm suing everybody, the manager on shift. I want to sue the owner of the restaurant. I want to sue the cook that made the cheesecake, the waitress who served it to me. I want to sue the table next to me because they kept talking about, this cheesecake's so delicious. And that's why I tried it, because they was talking too loud. And I was like, I bet I might want to take a bite. Okay. I want to sue the commercials that they put on TV that made me be like, I'm going to try some Cheesecake Factory. I got to sue them for time and emotional damage because I read all 63 pages of that menu. Okay, the menu big as hell. The server agreed to have the chef make the dish less spicy. This is what, listen, I was a server.
Cook that shit at the house.
I was a server and I get it. because you don't ever want to tell a customer they wrong. But now I'm grown and I'm not a server no more. And I feel like I would have just said, "Ma'am, let's be serious. You gonna sue
Order
us.
something else.
You gonna sue us, ain't you? You know, it's that thing. Like, I get if you make a special request, but at a restaurant, I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't turn out the way you want it.
Yes. And guess what? Less spicy still is spicy.
Right. However, Walia alleges that upon eating the Dragon Ball, she immediately felt an intense burning sensation in her mouth, throat, and nose, which led to her eyes and nose watering as well as coughing fits. I'm also shocked that I feel like, I don't want to say she's lying, but I feel like she might be lying because, like, when we had dinner with a friend and her wife could not eat anything with onions and certain root vegetables and shallots and stuff like that. Do you understand how meticulous this woman was talking to this waitress and how long it took for them to build a rapport of trust before she said, "I'm going to take your word for it. You have answered the 17 questions in the correct order for me to feel like you understand my plight in a way that when I eat this shit, I'm not fitting to die here in front of this restaurant because it's already a man finna die on the other end of this table because he had too many of these fucking THC 9s, whatever the fuck, Delta 8s, whatever.
We about to have a man down
whatever,
any second now.
Whatever Chuck Norris called them movies.
That shit karate chopped your ass.
But the point was, I do remember that. And I was like, yes, that's how you react when you have a known issue and you like, I can't have y'all fuck this up. You can't just be like, I will die if I have too much spice. Can you make it a little less spicy for him?
You know what that means? Stay away from the spices.
It would have been a longer conversation. It would have been like, well, what's that number that be on the side of the bottle? What number of peppers is going in that? You know,
they do have the little peppers.
That's what I'm saying.
Some are rated like 1 to 5 or shit like
that. If you know you have this issue, why would you play like this?
I wouldn't even order nothing spicy. I'd be like, can you make it not spicy? Take the spice out.
In response to the situation, the supervisor explained the restaurant had never previously encountered a patron claiming they had been burned by a dish and needed medical attention.
Right, because you can't put like this. If this shit was flaming ball, hellfire, hot like this, me and Roger have been to places with like hot sauces. You know what? They have a fucking waiver where they go, if you try this shit is called 7th layer of hell hot. If you try this shit, you might pass out and you might die. We are not held accountable nor responsible for this.
And this person is the reason they had them waivers, I guess.
Correct.
But yeah, so here's the thing though, because this is what I was wondering. We're assuming this person is right when they're saying it was so spicy. I'm not assuming that. I don't know this person. They could be lying. And the supervisor said, although the Dragon Ball's appetizer is spicy, they don't use excessive chili spice, and it's not possible to make a mild version of the dish as the chili is inside the balls.
Right.
So now I do wonder if the waiter did promise them that or not. It's like, oh, maybe we put the chili paste on the side or some shit. It's like, nah, you don't have to trust him. Customers who cannot handle spicy foods are generally encouraged to order something else. Regarding the ingredient that posed an issue for Walia, the lawsuit singles out the Thai bird's eye chili as making the Dragon Balls unfit for human consumption. How has no one else at the restaurant had this fucking issue though?
Right, and other people have ordered this before.
Yeah,
and that's my thing.
You the only one?
Right. If this was a problem, it would be more than just you.
Furthermore, the defendants are accused of negligently failing to test the heat intensity of the batch of Thai chilies before, during, and after using it. If the Dragon Balls, in those Dragon Balls served to Walia seeking unspecified damages, medical expenses, and compensation for purportedly lost earnings in a lawsuit.
Ma'am, if you don't get your salt and pepper to taste ass out of here, you had no business ordering that shit. You specifically said, I don't do spicy. Why are you ordering shit with a pepper in it?
She also accused them of failing to train the coup d'etat staff to serve Thai iced tea or other dairy-based products in case customers have an adverse reaction to spicy dishes. So I guess the milk would help with the spiciness. It's alleged that when she experienced her initial reaction to the Dragon Balls, no milk, ice cream, yogurt, or other dairy products were provided to help with the burning sensation despite her request for such items. because no one's ever freaked the fuck out like this before, man.
Right.
Like, you are having a time. Don't make it my fault.
Right.
Well, I swear.
And as many top places as we've been to and shit like that, yes, if it was something that they knew was going to do, they don't want to be sued. So if they knew this was going to happen, there would be something on there to tell them, don't eat this shit if you like it a certain way.
We are losing recipes.
Literally. You ain't got no business eating this. That's just about as bad as the dude that make a sriracha. The dude that created sriracha, they told him to make it sweeter. He was like, bitch, it's hot sauce. Now, fuck, I'm going to make it sweeter for.
Y'all go make some fucking marinara sauce and leave me out of y'all business.
Right.
I'm going to be over here making great sriracha like I'm supposed to.
You came here for the heat. What you going to get?
All right. Let's move into a different segment. Let's do some fucking with black people. Oh, wait. I don't want to do this one.
Okay, we don't got to do it then.
Let's do guess the race. Sorry, I was trying to wrap this up. I don't know what made me do that.
It's time for guess the race. It's time for guess the race. It's time for guess the race. It's time for guess the race.
A 7-Eleven clerk was busted for a big gulp battery. The big gulp was on the other foot Saturday night in Florida, of course, Florida, where a 7-Eleven worker was arrested for striking a female customer in the head with a large cup of lemonade.
Yeah, you know that thing was 110 ounces. They'll just be huge.
I know. You know that hurt. I'd rather you hit me with the lemons than the lemonade in that case.
Right? Give you a fucking concussion.
Cops allege that Miles Taz Jenkins, 35, got frustrated with the customer overpayment. He threw a big gulp lemonade at the woman. The incident was witnessed by 3 other customers. Jenkins reportedly
she was wet like she was at the pool.
Jenkins reportedly made spontaneous statements admitting to striking the victim with the drink. It's like, I don't want no mysteries. The alleged battery is being charged as a felony due to Jenkins having a prior conviction for sexually battering a young girl. What? A crime that he served several years in custody for. You couldn't tell you was on the 1 strike list, buddy?
You definitely on the 1 strike list.
It's a miracle
this
for
was
you
your
to
second chance.
If it wasn't Florida, you'd still be in jail. All right, Karen, guess the race.
What's the name?
His name is Miles Taz Jenkins.
Black.
Karen's going with black. Let's check the chat room and see what they believe. Jenkins, that's a Negro, says I believe it's Kiana. Dumbass nigga shit, says double bitch. EB. All right, taking a while for everybody else to get big drink black. You want some juice, honey? Big Magic Johnson. What has he done? All right. Sorry, I'm in my own world now. Brick drink throwing black. Yeah, 8 hit the bitch black. Brothers shaking my head at black. Everyone on this one went black. 100% of you. And 100% of you got it wrong.
But the last name's Jenkins? It's white Jenkins out there.
Not just that. His full name is Miles, which I associate with black. I associate with blackness because of Miles. Miles Davis. I feel like people name their kids Miles Morales. Mm-hmm. Miles Taz, T-A-Z, is his middle name. Like Tasmanian Devil. Taz sounds like a black name. Jenkins, I would have said black as well. But that is the face of a white man I'm staring at.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Check.
I don't know what happened.
Shake that family tree. You know it's falling out. Come on. Somebody.
Somebody brown falling out that tree.
Somebody. An Ohio plastic surgeon lost her medical license at the TikTok live streams.
Stop that. Stop. Now, talking about suing.
Mm-hmm.
I sue over this bullshit before I sue over some fucking spices.
Right.
Child, don't be popping and locking while you cutting me open.
Stop it right now! This is stupid! This is absolutely ridiculous! Get out of here! We are adults, and this is ridiculous! Cut the crap!
An Ohio plastic surgeon lost her medical license on Wednesday after the state medical board investigated her for live streaming operations on TikTok and surgical complications reported by patients. The state medical board of Ohio voted at a hearing on Wednesday to permanently revoke Dr. Catherine Roxanne Graw's medical license and fine her $4,500 based on her failure to meet standards of care. Mm-hmm. At the hearing, doctors on the board said that Dr. Graw, known online as Dr. Roxy, had previously been cautioned about protecting patient privacy on social media. They also spoke about her treatment of 3 unnamed patients who had reported complications from procedures, including one whole surgery that she broadcast as part of social media.
What? We're not recording this for medical purposes, like for other students and doctors and no shit like that.
It's for the gram. It's your girl.
Child, if you don't get out of here dropping it like it's hot.
Right? Dr. Jonathan B. Feibel, vice president of the medical board, recommended that her license be revoked because of the life-altering reckless treatment.
Whatever.
I'm trying to imagine, I get home. I got this fucking scalpel still in my spleen somewhere. I'm like, man, this hurts. What's wrong with my stomach? And then I'm looking at your operation from TikTok being like, that's me. Oh, I see. When she did the stinky leg, she left the scalpel in there. Well, that makes sense. I'm suing.
Yes.
These outcomes were not normal complications like those that exist in routine practice of medicine, but they were rather caused by recklessness and disregard for the rules and governing the practice of medicine in Ohio. You trying to do the silhouette challenge, and I'm over there going cold blue on the table.
Yeah, in the next few years, they get ready to make in my opinion, these boards, they get ready to come through and it's like, get your fucking asses offline. Like doctors and nurses and practitioners and dentists, psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, they're going to be like, don't do this.
The patient confidentiality is the part that always bothered me because people think they're more anonymous online than they are.
Right.
And I could see a situation where context clues, people put together like who this person you're talking about that you've like given therapy and put some shit together. Like I think people are way too loose with this, especially in the professional settings. This isn't your personal life. Like everything's not content and you're already getting paid for this. It's called a fucking job. It's called being a surgeon.
Right. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you one thing, honey. I found out you TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and shit or something, and I professionally paid you. Oh yeah, shit. Oh motherfucker, you getting a lawsuit? I don't give a fuck if they knew me or not. I did not consent, because that's the thing. The people don't consent to being recorded. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I did not. When I came in here, put like this, or if I consented to being recorded, you know what it's for? Practices for what your job is, not for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like I said, I'm even saying the therapists that kind of seem like they're talking in general. I'm even that a little bit weird to me because I think people can still be found out. You know, people can, like, you're not as slick as you think, and it only takes one slip up for somebody to just put the pieces together. I'm like, oh, I think she's talking about so and so, or your patient to be like, I don't give a fuck if they can't tell it's me. I know it's me, and I don't want you talking about me.
Right. And these companies, like, somebody hasn't sued yet, but yeah, they're going to get lawsuits off of this shit because they're going to be like, I demand more than them being fucking fired. I want you to change your policy saying they can't do this bullshit.
Dr. Graw's social media presence amplified her reckless behavior, and he accused her of using it to grow her brand, not to educate. So she has not been allowed to practice medicine since the board suspended her license November 18th.
Right. Right. And the thing is, like I say, it's different if I come in consenting. But if I'm not consenting and I look up, child, and I'm your 52 TikTok for the day, oh, it's gonna be problems and repercussions.
Guess the race, Karen?
What's the person's name?
Her name is, well, she go by Dr. Roxy, but it's Dr. Catherine Roxanne.
Oh, black.
Dr. Catherine Roxanne Graw.
Black.
Karen's going black. Let's check the chat room. Some person said they already abstained, so they must know the answer already. So, no problem. Kiana says pink toes. I already said her name. I'll say it again. Dr. Catherine Roxanne Graw is her name. Not getting a lot of guesses. Might be a bit of a delay.
Go ahead. I'm just thinking out loud.
Okay. Well, only one person's guessed so far. White, nip tuck on out of here, White. My nigga, White. White. She gave the surgery so fast. I didn't know I couldn't do that, White. All right, the correct answer is, you missed it, Karen. She was white. You said black.
I did.
Wow, they're getting rowdy. It didn't cross your mind when everyone else literally went white? Not one? Interesting.
I thought about changing it. I was like, nope, I'm going to stick with it.
Hey, might as well go 0 for 3. Might as well. Let's go to the bonus round of guess
I didn't know that white man was going to have 3 nigga names.
That bitch was white. I ain't racist. How can I be?
Oh, wait. No, you don't get that version.
No.
0 for 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm terrible today.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, guess the race time. Last story. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll down to an old one to see what we got here. How about this? Woman high on meth barricades herself in deputy's patrol car and shoots officer with his own AR-15.
God damn!
Real American hero. An Oklahoma woman high on meth was seen on video being detained in a police officer's car for crawling around and barking before she managed to slip out of the handcuffs, find the officer's assault rifle, and started shooting out the window.
I guess they didn't have them on quick enough. Was she bathed in Vaseline? What?
This is some damn Jack Bauer shit. This could literally be an episode of 24. It's like, you can't arrest me. I'm trying to save the world. It's like, get in the car, shut your ass up. Right. Next thing you know, you fucking flipping the handcuffs and wiggling around and getting the AR-15. But yeah, she was high on meth. So I guess that makes sense. Rachel Zion Clay, 36, was detained after a welfare check after homeowner Dale Moses called authorities because of her erratic behavior. Probably from the meth. Responding officers,
I would assume so.
Responding officers say they only planned to detain Clay, not arrest her, when they fitted her with a double lock handcuffs and placed her on the back of the police cruiser.
Not the double lock.
All right.
What does that mean? 2 of them?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You sound very intrigued by that.
I did. I never heard of double lock handcuffs.
All right. I assume they locked twice.
Ah, okay.
That's my guess. I don't know. I do as much as I can to stay out of handcuffs.
Me too. So I don't know.
Shocking. I mean, unless you nasty. Okay.
I mean, that's different.
Shocking footage from inside the cruiser shows what happened next. Clay slipped her right wrist out of her handcuffs, reached the console toward the front of the car, unlocked the gun compartment, retrieving the AR-15. This is another reason I don't believe them when they be like, safe gun training. You're a cop. She was able to get to your gun, lock it, load it up, and shoot somebody. You. So, come on. Yeah, she began loading the magazine into the gun, flipping the rifle's flashlight on and pointing it out the rear window and firing.
Oh!
One officer and Moses were injured in the shooting as bullets grazed them, but both were treated for non-life-threatening injuries and released from the hospital. Clay barricaded herself inside the vehicle for over 4 hours before she surrendered. They found methamphetamine in her system.
Don't say.
Guess the race.
White.
Karen's going white. Let's see if she'll go 0 for 3 on this one, everybody.
I mean, if I'm wrong on this one, goddamn.
Meth and AR-15, it's a white. Stand back, impossible white lady on the job, says Nerdy Sensei. Nerdy D Sensei, I mean. The correct answer is, meth is the mayo of cocaine-colored Americans, Ozarks white. I know my rights, white. She alive, white. They didn't kill her, cockdacity. She knew how to shoot it because she had an AR-15 at home and handcuffs in her bedroom next to the meth. Wizzy white. Correct answer is white. That's her.
Woo.
And then this is her like loading up the gun. And this is her shooting it out the window.
She could have killed those officers.
Yep. Meth. It's a great ad for meth, though. Man, how good that drug got to make you feel to do that dumb shit.
Hell of a drug.
I'm scared. I don't need no meth. If it's got you doing shit like that, like it makes sense, keep it away from me.
Keep that way. Don't want it.
All right. Last thing, we gotta talk about sword ratchetness. Police make arrest after being deployed to reports of sword-wielding individual near Mansfield. Members of Derbyshire Police Shire Brook, Shires, Safer Neighborhood team were called to reports of an individual waving a sword at Whaley Thorns. He's waving it in the air like he did not care.
And he really didn't.
When officers ran from the address, what? Oh, I read that wrong. When the offender ran from the address, officers were quick to respond with a foot chase followed by an area search. Unfortunately for them, their bright red jumper helped locate them a short distance from the address. They were conveyed to custody while other officers from the team searched their home address for weapons, and the suspect was seen to be waving around on the streets. Okay. Further inquiries are completed at all. That was the end of the article. That was a short article. All right, that's it. We'll be back tomorrow with Gastor and Shalewa.
Yay!
From the War Report podcast. Sorry, I'm getting tired, and I think the THC is kicking in, guys. All right.
I was about to say, we did it just in time because you'd have been down for the count.
Oh yeah, I was going to sleep. So this will be up on YouTube sometime.
Eventually.
But yeah, that's tomorrow at 5. Can't wait to talk to them, 2 of our favorite people. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Waka waka.